What's up, everyone? This is Tatum. I'm back with another episode of Flowers. For those that's new to my channel, Flowers is my segment where I like to give some of my favorite albums their flowers, or some albums I just think deserve it, their flowers. So today I'm going to be discussing an album, debut album from the GOAT, the greatest of all time. Debate with someone other than me. Today I'm going to be discussing Jay-Z's debut album, Reasonable Doubt. Man, Reasonable Doubt came out like June 25th, something like that, 1996, like a day before my birthday. I didn't get into Reasonable Doubt, honestly, until the Blueprint, so 2001. And to be specific, like Jay-Z Unplugged Blueprint. When I heard Can't Knock the Hustle, right? And all the people in the comments, don't jump down my back right now. I was only 11 at the time, so. But I was looking at Jay-Z Unplugged and Mary J. Blige came out. They did Can't Knock the Hustle. And I was like, what the hell is this song? And back then, it wasn't like really Google. Like it was just like, how am I going to find out what this song is? What is this? Obviously, I just asked around. Oh, that's Can't Knock the Hustle is off his first album. His first album? Damn. Okay, let me go back to that. Listen to Reasonable Doubt. Asked my mother to buy it. Had that shit. Album was some of the craziest shit I ever heard in my life. And mind you, I'm already a big Jay-Z fan at this time. I came in at Volume 3. Blueprint is already out. Dynasty album. To go back to listen to an album from 96 and to see and to listen to how amazing he was, storytelling wise, flow wise, production choice. Like I don't think Reasonable Doubt gets talked about enough off the production. Right? And one of the things, like, sidebar, I know that Volume 2 is considered a classic in his discography, and it should be. It has a lot of classic moments and songs on it, especially hit records. But to me, the beats on that album don't age well at all. And I feel the same thing with Volume 1, besides, like, Where I'm From and a couple more. I feel like the beats are just not that good to me. And I love Jay-Z for his lyrics, obviously, but his production. So Reasonable Doubt has some crazy samples, Primo, Ski Beats, Irv Gotti, just a great collection of production. That shit just blew my mind as a kid. So like I just wanted to get that out the way of how much I'm a fan out in the next 15 minutes. I just wanted to let you guys know that much. I'll try not to take up too much of your time. I'm gonna go over to some of my favorite songs on here, some of the highlights, some of the things that make this album classic, and just fan out. So let's get into it. Bro, just imagine starting your debut album with Can't Knock the Hustle. First of all, let's just say that. Starting your debut album with Can't Knock the Hustle is just like, I don't know, man. It's something about, I remember Jay-Z saying something about, like, he was 26 when this album came out, so he had a long life to talk about. And it started, I'm making short-term goals when the weather foes, just put away the levers and put ice on the gold. Chilly with enough bail money to free a Big Willie. Like, what? Chilly with enough bail money to free a Big Willie. It's just like his wordplay and like, who the fuck is this guy though? Like, who is he to talk this great and to have like a young Mary J. Blige taking up this time to give you a piece of my mind? What's my favorite line? Play fake rappers like a canvas, Latiga, Pa, you're too eager. You ain't having it, oh good, me either. Let's get together and make this whole world believe it's time in my arraignment, screaming. All us blacks got us sports and entertainment until we even thieving as long as I'm breathing. Like, spitting some shit, like, because the story of Reasonable Doubt, like Superfly in a way, right? Not that he's Superfly, but just like a black exploitation movie, but like gangster shit, not so much silly. And it's telling you that side of a hustler. Like, it's a hustler's tale. But he ain't a stupid hustler. He's telling you, like, man, all us blacks all we got is sports and entertainment until we even. Like, we ain't even given the opportunities as everyone else, quote unquote white people, to make it. Like, you see where I'm from, Marcy Projects, bro. Like, this all we got. And just to hit up the balance of that, like the little line, the little shit you might not catch, right? That's why he's the GOAT. Politics as Usual, classic. Like, just think of that. He went from Can't Knock the Hustle, Politics as Usual, to Brooklyn's Finest. Okay, let's talk about Brooklyn's Finest really, really fast. If you've seen some of my other reviews on like Life After Death and things of that nature, I mentioned how I always prefer Biggie over Jay-Z. I feel like Biggie always got the better of Jay-Z when they, I guess, on Young G's, this, I Love the Dough. It was something about Biggie's flow that was a little. He sounded more comfortable with his voice, and obviously this is Jay Z's first album, so he's still like raw. Pause. Like he's still raw. So like, what does he say? Peep the style and the way the cow sweaters. The number one question is, can the feds get us? I got vendettas and dice games against ass batters and niggas who bump wheels and drive jetters. Take that with ya, hit ya, back split ya. Fuck fist fights and lame scuffles. Pillowcase to your face, make the shell muffle. Shoot your daughter in the calf muscle or fuck a tussle. Nickel plated. Like his shit was just like, oh my gosh, what the? It was like he was just serving back and forth, back and forth. That's one of the things I felt like we missed out on with the passing of Biggie is that commission album, that Jay-Z and Biggie lyrical sparring of an album. Imagine just the production alone would have just been out of this fucking world. Feeling it was like my first favorite song when I first listened to this album. I think that it's rare Jay-Z gets on kind of that. He kind of does it with the Neptunes, but he rarely does it where he's like on this soft kind of beat. Like it's so chill. You rarely hear Jay-Z on those type of beats, but when he does it, he like goes the fuck off. Like even the line about she had dreams a sniper hit me with a fatal shot. Those nightmares, ma. Like the storytelling and the shit that you can see within the music is just. I've skipped over Dead Presidents 2. I'm sorry. Dead Presidents 2, my favorite of the two. Just that at 11, I knew who won the bet is that we don't touch letters, stack chatters forever, live treacherous, all the et ceteras, and to the death of us. Like, what? That shit is crazy. But that second verse on here, on Dead Presidents 2, it's out of this world. Like, that second verse on Dead Presidents 2 is just insane. If you go check it out, because I can't put it in here or they'll strike my video. But listen to that second verse on Dead Presidents 2. That shit is crazy. The Evils, oh my gosh. The story of The Evils is just insane. The Evils beat me down, boo. Got me running with guys making G's telling lies that sound true. Like, we used to fight for building blocks. Now we fight for blocks with buildings that make a killing. What? I swear to God, I'm going to make a book on Jay-Z and just name it like, it's a Jay-Z bar for everything. Like, that's going to be the name of the book. And just fill of pages of Jay-Z bars to get you through life. Because, like, The Evils are filled with lines like that. And you go to 22 Twos, which just gives you that live. And nobody steal my idea either. Hold up. I need to copyright that and trademark that. Nobody steal my idea for the whole book. 22 Twos was dope when I was a kid, just to hear that live reaction. She stopped the whole show. Bitch, shut up. Like, I'm not going any further. To me, though, 22 Twos is a song that really don't age well. To me. Like, now. Like, I always skip past it. Can I Live? Probably my favorite song on the album. Can I Live is God level. Bars, beats, storytelling. Vivid. I see him in Vegas. One eye open like CVS. It's just so many great bars in that one record. It's amazing that he blacked out like that on Can I Live. That's what I'll say. It's just amazing how he blacked out. I know Gotti did a great job with that beat. Ain't No Nigga, first single, I guess you could say. Foxy Brown, cool record. I mean, like, I was never the biggest fan of Ain't No Nigga. Like, I get it, crazy bars. Foxy Brown goes off, but it gets dated. Don't. Still classic. Don't get me wrong. Still classic. Coming to Age is dope. I just don't like that beat on Coming to Age though. Boom boom boom, boom boom. I don't like that beat. Cashmere Thoughts, I thought was a sleeper. Cashmere Thoughts is a Jay-Z song that we don't talk about at all, and it should be talked about. That song is so, when people say underrated, that's an underrated record. Cashmere Thoughts is just dope. So is Bring It On. I think Bring It On is fucking ridiculous. Mannerisms of a young Bobby De Niro, spit Spanish wisdom, and the whip with De Niro. Like he said, I cream, I diamond gleam, high post like Hakeem. Got a lot of things to drop. Brooklyn to Queens. I was like, hey yo, just cut this shit off. Like, and Jazzo went off, Sauce Money went off, but that whole verse is, your belly 125 grams. I wouldn't expect y'all to understand this money. Do the knowledge, dutiful dollars. I'm through to demolish. Cruise Brooklyn through Hollis to a hood near you. I don't even know if I said that right. That was just. I don't really listen to Regrets or Can I Live Part 2. I get Regrets, and it shows up the story of the album. If you listen to it, the Jay-Z going through his case and just telling those street tales and people he put in danger in his own life. I think regrets reminds me of like You Must Love Me. I think You Must Love Me is like part two. Let me get into my best songs. Dead Presidents 2, Can I Live, and Feeling It. I'm gonna go with Feeling It. Worst song, I'll go with I forgot to talk about Friend of Foe. Friend of Foe is crazy. Damn, what is the worst song on here? This is kind of nuts. Cashmere Thoughts. I know I propped it up earlier as a slept on song, but it is the worst song on here. Sorry. Uh, Best line. While I'm watching every nigga watching me closely, my shit is butter for the bread they want. Nah, I'm not gonna do that one. I make you and your whack mans fold like bad hands, roll like Monopoly. Advance, you copy me like white crystal. I gross the most in the end of the fiscal year than these niggas could wish to. The dead presidential candidate with the sprinkles in the presidential ice that'll offend you. And through time with crime flees my mind or sneak thieves and player haters can shine. But until then, I keep the trillion cut diamond shining brilliant. I tell you half the story, the rest you fill it in. Long as the villain win, I spend your opinion in 10 major events. Catch me in the joint, convince my iguanas is biting. JAY hyphen, controlling, manipulating. I got a good life, man. Pounds and pence, enough dollars make sense. While you ride the bench and catch me swinging for the fence. Dead president shit, no? Oh my gosh. Favorite shit. Favorite shit. Let's wrap this up though. In closing, when it comes to Jay-Z's Reasonable Doubt, this shit, Reasonable Doubt is like one of those albums that obviously a hip hop classic. Is no if. Reasonable Doubt is one of those albums that make music special. And I'll explain this. That I don't think happens anymore. When Reasonable Doubt came out, it was a cult classic. Still is to an extent, right? But it took time for people like myself. I was only 11, so give me a break. But people like myself who didn't get into Jay-Z at the beginning. Jay-Z is one of those slow burn artists. Like, he started Reasonable Doubt Volume 1, Volume 2. He skyrocketed. It became more of a classic by the time it went. It allowed people to go back and listen to it, like, after the Blueprint, after all this shit. And you're like, oh, shit, let me check out this guy's first album. And which is probably why it's one of his low-selling albums, but it's part of his classic shit. And then you listen to it, and you're like, God damn. How did he even? It goes to the fact of like, it was too ahead of his time, and it was too much. Cause like after that, you could tell Jay-Z kind of, for lack of better words, dumbed down his lyrics. Truthfully, I want to rhyme like Common Sense, but I did 5 mil. I ain't been rhyming like Common Sense. Or I gave you Prophecy on my first joint. Y'all all lamed out. You didn't really appreciate it till the second one came out. When I went in the direction y'all wanted me to go, now you want to say, oh no, he should have did like the first. You know what I mean? Like. And I don't think that's allowed anymore. I don't think we get a lot of albums that's like, we go back and realize they're classic because we're so on to the next album after we cut it off. It doesn't hold the same weight and value. Another reason why I wanted to give it flowers is just a great body of work. Great body of work. It's obviously in Jay-Z's Holy Trinity. Reasonable Doubt, Blueprint, Black Album probably is just goes against anything. And let me know in the comments what's your top 3 records off here, and what do you consider the worst song? Also, what do you rank Reasonable Doubt in Jay-Z's discography? What is your Jay-Z discography rank? Let's have that conversation. I want to know that. Bump everything I said. Let's have that Jay-Z discography conversation in the comments. As always, don't forget to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. I'm Tatum. Flowers for Jay-Z's Reasonable Doubt. Peace.